Don't finish tire me. Only we go small life on tire so this thing here they ever make like say fit kill person. Come on see now. The real life, the real life, the real life. Hi, see me they ever worry me so and so I be tired so Thank you, the real life. You're welcome. You're very much welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I never even know if actually to I want them. G Tosh in the building. You guys are very much welcome. Let me guys 1 minute. Let me see if I can invite the guests in the house. Oh. You see, now this thing for invite now they make me at the fearful. We do this thing. This life it is so if you don't be in a wahala, this is cancel. I hope I dey life. Oh. Hey. I bet na hear me una tell me so na hear me. Oh, this team here no na different thing. The real life, I miss you so today. I just miss you some kind, the real life. Hey, I'll miss person so. I go miss person so. When I am busy, my camera go show me all hers. Queen B, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I did. Please, I sent the link already. Lydia and Lady V. I sent the link already. I sent the link already. Please. Ashanti Nikki TV. Ma, just shout your name before Wow. You gotta give me a slap. Ashanti, you're welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Let me share, guys. I want to share. Epstein TV in the building. I say, I never know that thing where I go do for this things to do, whether it get as it be. I don't know. It get as it be. This team here, they so I don't try my best. If you not work okay, then I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. All right, guys, I'm trying to share. Betty, my love, you're welcome to the LS. Thank you so much for joining. I want to share on Facebook. Share the video, guys. Share the video. We don't have much time. We don't really have much time. As in all right, guys. I don't know what is happening. I don't know what is happening, but Lydia, Lady V, I sent the link already. I sent the link to you guys already, and you guys know if I try like shaking other things again, I'm going to miss what I don't know. I'm not using a machine. So with a phone, it's very complicated. It's so complicated that you guys should just follow the link I sent. You guys should follow the link. I don't want to touch anything funny here again. I don't want to touch anything funny. You know, I've started touching things already. So please, I hope you guys are getting me. Einstein TV, thank you so much for joining. At least I tried now. It wasn't easy for me going to that site and putting everything on. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. I'm still breathing because it took me almost about 20 minutes to do that. I've been sitting here for quite a long time just to do that. I have to go here. Okay, let me see who is here. Let me see who is here on the screen. Okay, let me bring Lydia to the screen. Okay, Lydia, can you hear me?
Yes, I can get you quite well.
Okay, you're welcome to the LS. Thank you so much for joining. Guys, this is Lydia TV Shows. It's also here to contribute. Is education a scam in our African society, or it is a necessity? It is something that is needed in our society as a whole, or we just need to forget about education and concentrate on what we're going to do to give us money. So this is Lydia from Lydia TV Show. You're very much, Lydia. You're very much welcome.
Thank you very much, Ozake and Beauty TV. I'm very happy to be here today.
Yeah,
thank
Betty,
you for this
this is how the show gonna look like. Trying to share the video. I'm gonna attack all my village people.
Can I also share? Because I'm not seeing where I can share here.
I don't think you can share. This is
I don't think I can share.
This is StreamYard. It's not like normal life. It's very complicated. Don't touch, because if you touch, you're gonna press something there that we're not going to be easy for us. I'm telling you, because I stress so much before coming live like this. I stress so much.
Right.
So don't touch you anything. Just
Tamam.
okay, guys. I don't think we're gonna waste time so much on this show. It is not something that we are going to be like we are arguing, but we are going to be talking and bringing out points to show if actually education is necessary, or we just need to forget about education. So I'll be talking here on the fact that it is really necessary for us to have education in our society, and Lisa will be giving some points to us that makes people to feel like education is not necessary in our African society. Why people think education is a scam? That is the reason we are here. So, Lydia, I think if you address the audience.
Where is Lady V?
It's like.
Are we starting without Lady V?
Okay. You are paused.
I don't know. How come?
Okay. Thank you so much, Ashanti Nikki TV. Thank you so much. So, guys, we can start because today I'm not coming. I can't with the book.
Hey, what's that?
Book. So,
yes,
something that is gonna be very serious. So I've already introduced the show.
Greetings to you.
I've introduced the show. I'm waiting for Lady V. I don't know what is keeping her. So you guys should just be sharing the video while we give Lady V 1 more minute. If she can appear on the screen, then if not, then we can continue with the show. We can continue. We can't keep waiting for her because I know if she's not yet here, there is a problem. They're always having problem, because if you don't prepare for something very well, you're gonna have problems. So you don't feed your chicks on the market day. You have to make sure they are well fed before you take them to the market. You cannot carry something to the market that is not healthy. So I think she was feeding her chicks on the market day. That is just what is happening. So we can just continue, I and Lydia, with this show like that, because we're not going to keep people waiting. This is already 30 minutes gone. We already have 30 minutes past 8 o'clock, so we're going to start. So what I think is, I'm going to start with everything like education is the key of everything in life. Education is something that is going to lead us as Africans to our freedom. Thank you so much, COVID-19. You're very much welcome to the LS. I really appreciate it there. Education is what is going to unclock the golden door to our freedom, especially in Africa. Because what we have realized is that the lateness of education in the African society has led to so many barriers and setbacks in our African society, because the lack of education has made us to think that it is one of the factors that is leading us to think education is a scam, of which education is not actually a scam. So if there was education in Africa before, like what we are facing in Africa, we wouldn't have been having that, for sure. And then one of the things that would, like, let me say, contribute to the fact that education is so necessary and is important in our African society. African is, when the European, they look at us, they look like we are very poor, we are timid, we don't have any quality, we don't have any standard, we don't have any standard. So with the help of education, it's going to help us increase our standard. It's going to help us reduce the rate of poverty in our African society. So Lydia, do you agree with that or not?
I disagree with you.
Okay, let me hear why you have to disagree with me in that.
From my own point of view, education does not guarantee somebody to be successful in life. We have so many people who are successful in life, but they are not educated. So I think our society should be based and focused on how to make our children to make use of their talent, what God has given them to be able to do. Because there are so many people that I know that are actually successful without being educated. So what is the need of being educated? Meanwhile, you can still succeed. So for me, I'm against that. Education is not is not a guarantee for success.
Auntie Atmio, are they backstage sincere? I don't understand. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, guys, this is Lady V TV vlog in the building. You're very much welcome to Rosa Care.
Good evening,
TV,
everyone.
Guys, this is Lady V TV vlog from all the way from Lady V.
Cyprus.
She's the CEO of Lady V TV vlog. So she's also going to be contributing in this show to tell us if at all education is a scam or is necessary in our African society. So Lady V, you're very much welcome. Can you address the audience?
Oh, thank you so much. I'm sorry for coming late. As I told you before, my mic was disturbing. Like I told you, I've struggled until and I've succeeded to join now. So good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming. So I don't know what have been said before, But to me, I think education is not necessary. It's really a scam, especially in our Cameroon society. Education is kind of not really necessary. It's necessary to go to school to acquire some knowledge. Like there is a difference between being educated and being learned. If you are educated, yeah, like you just go to school just to acquire a high school degree, like any kind of degree. That's why people go to school. But being learned is very, very different from being educated, because there are so many educated illiterates out there. There are some people that have degree, but they don't know, like they don't have anything, any handwork, like anything that they can possibly do without degree, with that degree that they have in their hands. So to me, going to school is just to know how to speak, how to interact in the society, how to read and write. Like going to acquire that much degree, especially in our Cameroon society, is not really that necessary. It's not really that necessary, because what I understood about Cameroon education is that people go to school, not they study what they are forced to study, not what they really like to study. Like if you write ordinary level in Cameroon, they will say, okay, if you don't pass economics, you cannot do. If you are doing like
I
arts,
don't know,
let me
my
talk about
volume is
arts.
so
But
down. It's so down to such a way that I can't really get it well.
sorry.
I'm getting you. It's my phone, I think.
Okay. So as I was saying, in our Cameroon society, in our Cameroon education, if you have ordinary level, it's okay. You can finally wake up.
I say, you woke up.
I'm telling you, if you have your ordinary level, and maybe you want to, you are dreaming to become a banker, maybe something that's related to banking field. If you don't pass economics, you are forced not to do economics in high school, because they say
I
if you
think
don't
I should
have
do like
economics, you
this.
cannot do A1, you cannot do A3, you cannot do A2. So people are forced to study what the school offer them to study, not what they actually want to study. So to me, Cameroon is I'm
Big
focusing my
Boutique,
my
you're
my
welcome. You're
thoughts.
welcome. Thank you so
Exactly,
much for
Lady B.
joining.
Exactly.
So I'm
Exactly.
focusing my thoughts now
Actually,
on the Cameroon. It's okay.
I wanted to add a little on what Lady V just said. We know in our
Okay.
Cameroon society in particular, we lack skills. Most of our teachers force us on how to think, on how to behave, on how to associate with education in Cameroon. They should allow people to feel free on what they want to do. So I think for me, it's not necessary actually to be educated, especially in Africa. No need.
Okay. I want to like expatiate on this point that does dreaming being educated, it doesn't lie only on the fact that you come out of it and get a job maybe from the government. I want to ask if you can be educated and you become self-employed. Is is that
That's where
possible in
being
Africa?
landed. Yeah, that's where being landed comes in, because if you are if it's just education, it's not really necessary. But being landed is for you to bring out your inner skills, what you are free to do, what like to train, like for them to train out the talent in you. But in our Cameroon education, they just force you to learn the book, to cram dates, cram time, find eggs, and so on and so forth, just to cram to write and pass examination. That's what our Cameroon education offers. But in the actual sense, in the reality of our society, it is preferable to be learned, to have that skills, to have that
Miss
the
J,
thing that
you're
you can
welcome. You're
contribute,
welcome. We are talking about
to have
education here.
something that you can
We are
contribute to the
talking about
society, rather
education.
than
Is
just going
education
to school
necessary
to
in our
pass
society?
exam. So that's
Yes,
it. In our
actually,
Cameroon
you're
society,
correct,
going to
Lady
school
B.
is just to pass exams. That's it.
Because in
Okay,
Cameroon in
okay.
particular, or in Africa, education is like a prison, a place where they just like force you on how to think, they force you how to function based on the system. that they have organized for you. They don't allow you to think and like remove the brain out of the box. So what is the need of going to school without?
Can we not believe that some of our parents, because they are uneducated, they are not really educated, they force their children to like choose a wrong career, because some people are actually poor because they choose a wrong career, and with that it makes it very difficult for them to get a job or to self-employ themselves. So
that
being
is
educated
where
is very important, and choosing a career, you also need to be landed or to have someone that is informed to direct you or to coach you on what to do, or a kind of career that you can choose for you to become successful. Do you agree with that also?
Yeah, that is where the space, the part of the teacher comes in. A teacher the teacher normally is supposed to advise you to do what you love doing, what you like to do. But in our educational system, the teacher will say, okay, you have been passing history and you have been failing chemistry, so you cannot do chemistry. You have to do history because you have been passing history. I can study history and chemistry, and the day I want to go and write my examination, I cram dates in history and I write and pass. But because I do a particular error in chemistry and I fail, the teacher will force me to do history instead of history without considering what I love to do. So our parents, like, it's not like being like our parents are not that learned. Maybe some of our parents are not that learned for them to know that, okay, it's not good to force a child to do a particular course. So that is why they send us to school, to help make the teacher help us
now
bring that talent out of us.
In Africa, we have low standard economy, we have backward economy. This is because the rate of educated people in Africa, it is very low, and they spend a lot of money in importing expertise to come and do things for us, whereas if we have those expertise in Cameroon, those engineers in Cameroon, because there are very few engineers in Cameroon, especially when they want to do things like they want to build a bridge, they want to like come out with a good company, they have to import those expertise from the foreign countries, from the Western countries, to come and do those jobs. But if we have those engineers in our country, we have those people in our country, the government will not have spent a lot of money importing those engineers, thereby making the economic standard to be very low, because they spend a lot of money outside instead of the economy to stay in the country and develop the country. So the lack of education and the reduced rate of education has caused the economy to be very down. Do you also agree with that?
Here is not about an individual person, or here is about the government. The government has made it such a way that the lack of employment has actually caused a lot of people to feel discouraged on going to school and becoming what they want to be. Now, as Lady V said, I want to become an engineer, and so maybe I'm struggling like understanding what chemistry is all about, physics all about. But now, because it's my passion to become an engineer, then I don't master some little things, but I don't want to cram, because science subject actually, if you cram, you are going to like fail in some certain things, because there are practicals that you have to know, like it should be in you. Now imagine if you struggle to know this kind of things, it's in you, but the educational system has make you in a way that you have to cram before passing, and now then they like you think again that since I don't know this particular issue, and maybe at the end of the day you fail that particular chemistry or physics, you are being forced to go and do something else, which is not what you want. So for me, I think they should encourage professionalism and skills stuff in Africa than encouraging general knowledge, because what Cameroon in particular is doing is general knowledge.
Now,
So many people
let
are
me just say about
discouraged
5 years
because of lack
backward,
of
about 5 years
employment in
backward or
Africa.
10 years backward. Are you still talking so that I give you a chance to talk?
No, you can continue.
Okay, because let me say 10 years backward, we have this notion of general education. People just wake up, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be this, without looking into the society, what exactly is needed in the society and what can lead you to success following your educational path. So this has made it very clear that being a professional is preferable than just going into general education system. So what I think is
Yes,
the
as
problem
Lady
is
V
that
first of all
we
said
also,
when
because of the lack of
she
knowledge,
started
because
the
this is
show,
also coming
that
from
being
our parents,
educated is different from being
it's
learned.
coming from our parents. I am a typical example of this. When I had my ordinary level, I said I wanted to do science. I wanted to do science because of the fact that my father wasn't having enough money to sponsor all of us
Uh-huh.
in the house doing science, because all of us based our mind as scientists. We wanted to be scientists. We wanted to be very high standard scientists. So he didn't have the money to sponsor all of us. They have to like, okay, you have to go and do the social science, do economics, geography, and maths. And I asked, what when I study this, what am I going to become? It like start trying to divert my mind on what I want, because I know I want to be a nurse. I want to be a staff nurse or a pharmacist or a doctor, something like that. So I like, I said, I don't like this thing. This thing I want send me for day, I don't like them. But because we already have somebody in the house, my dad and my mom, they weren't as informed like my own elder brother that was already there. He has to explain this like this, it's like this is like this. So all of us now were diverting our mind in professional studies. So I think the lack of knowledge for some parents is the cause of the fact that people go to school and come out to be nuisance, or they come out without getting a profession that suits the educational level. That is why some of them will go and boil fish on the roadside. That is the reason. So
that's
the first, the core and the foundation of every success of all your children or every child lies in the hands of how informed your foundation is. How informed your
yeah,
foundation is. And if the government don't wake up to create more professional schools, more educational centers where citizens are going to practice their skills, they're going to practice more professionalism and how to build up their skills, then it is going to be a problem, because our African society is backward educationally, economically, sociologically. Man, not bite my tongue here,
no
grandma.
matter,
So
Mama.
the thing is like we have to really look at the main cause and the main roots of what is causing the problem. Now, I don't know if I can locate that video where this little girl was saying that education is scam, because when you go and become a lawyer, or you go and become you go and study banking, you study management, you come and roast fish on the roadside. That is a fat lie. That is brain. You have been brainwashed. You have been brainwashed in the quarter. This is because when you
Yes,
study, and because of the fact that we lack the knowledge that during your process of studying, you have to make sure what you are studying, you can so proprietorship your career. You understand? Like somebody that is studying a pharmacist, a person that is studying a pharmacist does not lay all his effort or his interest on the fact that he's going to get a job somewhere. He go to school and keep capital, because we don't know education and being successful is a lot of sacrifice. It's a lot of sacrifice. You sacrifice for that. You keep capital. Education alone is expensive. So you keep your capital. When you come out, you try to like sole proprietorship your career. that you can own a pharmacy on your own. You can own a pharmacy on your own. Some people, they want to become a doctor. They want to become a doctor, and you did not look into the society, what you are studying. Are you sure you're going to get a job or not? Are you sure the
That's
government that
where
you call yourself?
the issue of talent comes in. Because if you are not learned, if you are not informed, you don't have this kind of idea. But if you were just going to school, you want to just write history, cram dates, all those things, you will not have this kind of mentality that professionalism is
Exactly.
better
That
than
is
just
why
going to
education
school.
is important. That is the reason
Yeah,
Education for
education is
me,
important.
what's
You
that? Please
cannot
let's
stay
go
in
back
the
to that point
gutter.
where you
You cannot.
said that when you let's go back to that point where you said that when you go to school, you can actually come back and you are riding Okada, that's a bike, or you are burning fish. Maybe that you have done management in school, you have done lawyer. For me, it is actually normal. It's because the education is not important. They have not given these people the way to like have what they did. I have gone to school. I have learned to become a lawyer. But if you think in Africa it's easy to enter a NAM, the educational system. Oh my God, who is calling now? Sorry, let me decline
It's
this
okay.
call.
So
There is
you
a lot
having
of
the
bribe.
idea of becoming a
There is
nurse
a lot of bribe in
it's not
Africa.
because of the education, it's because you are informed. That is why you have that idea that you have to keep your capital, that education is business, you have to keep your capital when you are done with school, you have to start something. It's not because you are going to school that you have that idea, it's because you are informed. It's because you are learned. So if you are just going to school, you will not think of keeping that capital. You think of use that capital to go and pay your school fees, and you go to school and come out and you want to go and look for a job. That is what our
Without a
Cameroon
job,
community is offering. Because in our Cameroon community, it's not
I
because
study economics, you know.
it's not because you are learned that
I'll be jack
you
of
have
all
been
trades.
accepted into the government. It's because of who you know. At first it was because of how much money you have, but now it's because of who you know, because you can have the money, you don't know the right place to give the money, and still you will give the money and you come out zero. There are some people that do not register for public exams, but when result comes out, they pass. But those who even struggle to sit in the exam hall, they don't
Lack
pass.
of
So I don't think,
creativity. Yeah, some people
yeah,
study,
that's
but they are
where
not
the point
creative. Some people
is.
actually
Talent
study, but they are
is
not
being
creative.
learned.
This is, let me tell you
there's
guys.
another point that I was thinking about, that this
Okay.
educational stuff actually have made most of the youth to lose their common sense. Our parents didn't go to school, but the sense they have, we don't have nowadays, just because
I
of
don't know
this
why my AC no
mentality
wan
that
work.
we have been governed with by the system in Africa.
Yeah,
So for
the
me,
system.
actually, it's a no way. It's a no way.
So that's it. I was talking about the system. You will see somebody, okay, say I want to go and study economics in University of Boya. Okay, they say maybe economics, they say University of Boya, you have to have 20 points before you study economics in the University of Boya. When you don't have up to that 20 points, what are you going to do? You will be frustrated, you'll be forced to go
Thank
and
you.
study sociology and anthropology. Or you go and study any kind of thing that you are not ready to study just because you want to school in UB. But if they will allow you to study your economics with your given point, maybe you will come out with flying colors. But because they will not allow you without your points, you will be forced to go and study what we are not supposed to study. So all this higher
And the
institution
thing is,
is just
in Africa, we are not creative.
I'm telling you,
We are not
Ashanti.
creative.
You will
Africans
study geography,
already,
then become a chief judge.
Africans already, they hate education. They hate education. Africans, they don't like to hear about education because they're already used to their archaic mentality and their backwards way of doing things. They are used to that. And because education was not introduced in Africa as early as possible, is the reason why we are still seeing education as a scam in Africa. Because right now, there are some courses in the university that are not studied in Africa. I mean, like, maybe, let me just say in our own country, Cameroon, because of recent, when you ask, is this course available in this school or in this school, a school where is the most informed and the best school you can study a particular trade. But when you ask, is this course available, they will tell you no. It is really a pity. This is because most of our African parents, they are afraid to even train children to school. They are afraid to spend money to send children to school. And when they look at a particular course and say, okay, this one is better, you can just go and come and be trying. They do a trial method on you. They just do tumbu on your career. They just say, okay, try the one move, see. Try the one move, see. If you do want no work, they'll fit your manage and so. This is what is happening in
Lack of
Africa. The use of being
information.
educated.
on your
you
career.
Lack of
Meanwhile, you're
information.
going,
That's
you
it.
need
just
to choose a
concentrate on your
career
handwork.
and follow how you follow it, how you can achieve your aim in that career. Let me say, like somebody that wants to study pharmacology. You understand? You want to become a pharmacologist. Now, it is expensive. It is not even in my country. So you have to start looking for that money. How you're gonna go out and study that? Are you financially prepared? Are you mentally prepared to go out and study that? Some parents already, when they hear that, they shivered. And because of the lack of education, we don't have that. We don't have it in our own country. We don't have, should I say, we don't have teachers for that. We don't have infrastructure for that. We don't have educational institution for that. Our doctors are being trained out. Our parents, they spend a lot of money to train our brothers and sisters outside, draining all our finances, sending outside to the European Union, making ourselves to become very poor.
So that's why I say education, to me, education in Cameroon is just investing money
Just
to
a
the
scam.
government. You'll be paying school fees upon school fees, and at the end of the day, nothing comes out. Because the people that have money are the people that benefits more in the education of Cameroon. You will see a child, you will see someone from a poor background. You want to enter, let me say something like you want to enter a NAM. Let me just take a NAM for instance. You have that
Yeah.
that talent, you have that idea, you have everything that it takes mentally to enter a NAM, but they will not give you that access because you don't have that cash to bribe. So that's why I say Cameroon education is a scam, because you have to know somebody to give somebody to enter somewhere that you are qualified to enter. They will not give you that free access to enter except you have something to invest in the government. You will keep on paying school fees, investing. You want to look for work, you have to invest in the government. You have to pay school fees, invest and invest. And at the end of the day, you will come out nothing. You never see the money that you invest in paying school fees, talk less of having profit in that investment. So all those things are scam. For me, after you know you have that the common sense, you know how to read and write, it's for you to follow a trade, to go to a professional institution rather
Definitely
than
no.
continue rather than
Not like that.
continuing
Not like that.
investing money in
So
the government. And at the end of the day, you will not even have the money that you are spending, you not even have even a 1/4 of the money, because they will keep on asking for money upon money upon money. By the end of the day, nothing to show for it. So it's a scam to me.
okay. Another thing is some of us, we study and come out, we don't have a job because we see the salary very small. We refuse salary. We don't want to accept salary, irrespective of how we see the economy, how we see the income of who is employing us. We refuse salary. You see somebody with HND and they want to offer you a job of maybe 80,000 or 70,000, 50,000 in our Cameroon economy. For you, for a start, somebody will say, I'm not fit. I don't feel work that kind of work.
Exactly.
I don't feel
Why
that.
will I take
I don't
such?
feel-
Meanwhile, my hands
That's
work.
why
If
you
I
are
have a
saying
hand
that
work,
you
I
going
can
to
earn
school
more
does
than
not
that
mean you have
amount in a
sense.
month.
Because if you have sense, you will not
Okay.
refuse somewhere. You can start somewhere and acquire something bigger. But you refusing that job means you went to school and school did not pass through you. Because somebody that have that sense, that somebody that school pass through will not refuse salary to start somewhere. You must always start somewhere. It's not like you just have to come out from school and come out big. So those people that have PhD and they refuse to take that minor job, it's because school did not pass through them. They don't have sense. They are not learned. They just acquire that degree for show off, not because they really went to school. Because if you really went to school, you will know that you have to start somewhere before you can become
There
big.
are some
Rome
people.
was not built in a day.
There are some people that didn't go to school, but Anistok, you're welcome to the
Lady V, I
LS.
don't
Thank you so
actually know
much for
if you know
joining.
the
We are talking
point that
about
you are actually bargaining
education is
for.
scam in Africa society or in Cameroon, or education is really necessary in our society. Now I want to go back to this point where somebody that is not
Rosa, do you know that there are handworks or talent that you can do which can earn you more than 100,000 a month in Africa? Do you know that?
Absolutely.
exactly there are handwork
So
that you
what
can
is the use now of going to school and graduate and come back to earn
And come and
80,000?
learn that trade
Meanwhile,
again.
they can train people to have a handwork that they can earn more than 100K in a month. So for me, the
okay. Now
education is
let me go
useless. Lady
to
V,
this
I don't know
point.
which point you are now that you are saying that education, the sense pass through this one and this one not pass through one. You are against. So you have to give your point against it, anything that she says.
Yeah, I'm against that. That's why I'm saying education is a scam,
Let me
because the
tell you,
person that
okay,
refused that job is because the person went to school
You
and school
cannot
did not pass
compare,
through the
you cannot
person.
compare
So
because
that the
we
person
have
was
based
just
the
scammed.
fact that we are
Pay
just
school fees
based
for
on the fact
nothing.
that somebody that is educated, you cannot own a business on your own. That's the reason we say that if you are educated, you manage a business more than how somebody that is not educated can handle that business. That is the reason why people that have money
No,
and they
lady,
have
no,
businesses,
Rosa,
they
no, Rosa.
employ people that are
See,
educated to help them
education
manage those
and common
businesses.
sense is different. Education and common sense is different.
Common
You
sense
can
is more
actually be
important
educated
than
and you own
education.
a business. You fail more than somebody who is not educated and have common
Common
sense on
sense
how
is
to
more
handle his
important than
business.
education.
Guys, 1 minute. I think my AC is killing me here.
I don't know if you're getting my point.
I'm getting you clearly. How am I going to do
There
it?
are people who are actually educated, but if you give them a business to handle, they will fail you.
They cannot
Meanwhile, there are
handle because they
people
don't have common sense. Well, all they know
Meanwhile,
is
there
to
are
cram
people
dates and
who
times
have
and
common
countries and
sense
eggs
Let
and
me
and
read this
everything.
actually
They
comment.
don't have
give
Some
them
that common
people
something
sense
to
of
do.
are
They
not
will
management.
do it
even
more.
qualified to do what they want, but because they have money and godfathers, they end up gaining what they have and no other, no iota of knowledge, a lot of incompetency. Exactly. What we are saying is if everything being equal, because in our society, let me say in Cameroon, we have bad leaders. If you are not well educated, you will not even know you have a bad leader. You will not even know. And you being educated, is for you to have that knowledge to even accept the society you found yourself. Because
You
there are
must
some
not go to
people.
school for you to accept the society you find yourself. That's why out there are Okada men that they don't even go to school. They have accepted that this is how the situation of our country is. So it's better for me to just
Okay.
buy my Okada and start hustling. So you must not go to school for you to accept the society you find yourself in. There's
Exactly.
no
Let me
need to
tell
go
you,
to
let
school
me
to
let me tell
accept
you,
that.
there are people that will have money, but they cannot manage the money. They cannot
Yeah.
manage it. But you see a landed somebody, an educated person, we know how to manage money. We know how to make their budget. They'll know how to make their budget, not to spend on irrelevant and irresponsible things. So you having the money is one thing. There are people that are not educated, they have money. You see, like these Okada people, they have money. Some of them, they work like, let me say, 10,000 francs, 15,000 francs a day. At the end of the day, they keep nothing because they drink it, they spend the money lavishly because they know tomorrow they are going to work.
Somebody who knows how he has suffered to get his money,
the Okada man that graduated from the university
on something else. Instead, there are people who are educated, who like to show off, who like to go out with their friends, who like to do this one and this one. Those are the people that lavish their money.
Maybe it's that person that graduated from the university because they have that 10,000, want to go and show more babes that have money. So somebody that struggles, that suffers, will know how I suffer to have this money. I cannot squander it anyhow. But if you see this high class, they are doing Okada, but they are thinking that I have degree, I have to enjoy my life. I don't have to stay in one room. I don't have to sleep on the floor. They are the ones that will squander that money. But the ones that have known suffering, that have known struggling, will not squander that money carelessly. So most of these Okada people that are living anyhow, if you want to check, they have degrees in their hands.
They have houses.
But they don't know how to manage.
They have houses. I have an example. My uncle in Amenda, he started with Okada. And now, do you know how many houses he has? He has a very big shop. So actually, I think those who are educated, in fact, those who have gone to school and school have not passed through them.
Common sense is good, but still good to be educated. It is very common sense without you being educated. You cannot compare yourself with someone with common sense and being educated. You cannot compare those two.
Come on.
You can never compare those two. Those two will never meet. They are parallel lines that will never meet together. They will never meet together because these people, like now, let me say what we have now. What we are going through now in Cameroon is because most of those people that are doing this thing, most of them, they are not educated. Because if they are educated, they will realize the fact that they are bringing down the economy instead of developing the economy. Because the present situation
I don't really want to talk about that. I don't really want to talk about the situation now. But if you see the people instigating these things, there are the people that are using their pen and papers. There are the people up there, not the ones that are fighting down. So this thing like this is something that we should not even talk about because if you want to look at the root of this matter, is those people, those educated people up there that are instigating all these things. It's not the ones that are showing themselves that goes out to fight. No. It's those educated ones. So they should know that they are bringing down the economy of the country, not the ones that they are sending to fight, because those ones, I don't even blame them, because it's those educated ones up there that are promising them that we'll have milk and honey. This place will come heaven tomorrow. So I don't really want us to talk about that one.
The problem is we base on the fact that just you going to school is pinpoint on the fact of getting a job. It is not like that. You being educated is very important. First, it makes you learn how to live in the society, and it gives you the knowledge on how you can deal with people. Not only
there are some
getting a
educated
job
people that don't have any manner at all.
You being educated.
There are some educated people that are so disrespectful that don't know how to respect people.
There are people that died because they were not educated. Because they were not educated, especially in Africa. There are people that are not aware of the consequences of smoking, drugs, and the rest. They are not aware. And there are people that carry out activities that damage the mind of people because they are not educated, since they don't know the impact and the consequences of what they are doing to others.
You must not go to school to know that tobacco damages your health.
Does not necessarily mean you have to get a job from that, because you already know you can self-employ yourself, or the government can employ you. Or
how can you self-employ yourself if you are not learned, if you don't bring out your talents? How can you self-employ yourself you don't have talent, you don't bring out the talent, how can you self-employ yourself? Because we
There
spend
are
most of
people
our
that
time
are
to go
not
to school
educated
instead
and
of
don't
us to
even
try
have a
to
talent.
discover the talent in us and exploit them.
There are people that are not educated, but they don't have any talent. They are nuisance in the society. They are
There is nobody that don't
empty-headed.
have talent, Oza. Everybody was born for a purpose. Everybody has talent in
Okay,
him. Everybody have a particular solution to a particular problem to come and correct on earth. So there is nobody that does not have talent. Everybody has talent, except you don't
I
discover your
agree with that.
talent.
I agree with that. It takes knowledge for you to make use of your talent. It takes a lot for you to make use of your talent. Okay, you can have the talent of singing, you can have the talent of, like, you can sing, but you cannot read nor write. You cannot express yourself. You don't know how to mingle with people because you don't have the base.
You
You
must
don't
not
have a
even not have
foundation.
degree to know how to read and write now. You must not have degree to know how to read and write. You
Now you
can do
need to
your
know how
basic.
to read and write. You don't know how
Yeah,
to sign
you
a
need to know how to
contract.
read and write. It's not a must that you have to go to a higher institution to know how to read and write. You can, after secondary school, you will know how to read and write, because maybe in my school for from 3 they start dictating notes. If they start dictating notes, you have to copy. That means you must know how to spell. You must understand what they are saying. So from 3, you have to know how to read and write because you have to copy your notes. So going to a higher institution does not guarantee that you have to go and know how to read and write there. That one is just waste. It's just waste of money,
Okay,
waste of time.
do we agree now on the fact that professionalism is not necessary, or is a waste, or is not of any importance?
Education, don't change it. Education is a
Yeah,
waste,
don't
not
change it. Was that
professionalism.
education, not
Education,
Don't
you
change it.
going into a
professionalism?
profession, you going into any profession as professionalism, you are going higher. It's higher education. That is why it is called higher education.
Yeah, education, like that's what I said before. Education is different from being learned. Those are two different things. Education is for you to just acquire that degree. Being learned is for you to activate the talent in you. Those are two different things. Those are two different things. So professionalism is good because it activates the hidden talent in you. It brings out the real you in you. But you just going to school like that to go and cram this and look for S and all those things, that is what I am against. I am not against you being professional. No, that's not what I am against. What I'm against is for you to go to school, have masters and this, that. What are you studying in school? You are doing, maybe you are doing English. After you
Okay,
come
let
out,
me
what will you
ask
do? You
you,
want to write books, you want to be a teacher.
because when you guys talk of professionalism, it's like professionalism. You go and learn tailoring, you learn hairdressing. Is that the professionalism you people are trying to talk about, or what? Because if you are trying to base your mind only on such professionalism, then you're thinking the wrong way, because there are many
It's not
professions
necessary.
that need an institute for you to become a professional in that domain.
The professionalism I thought is not necessarily it's not necessarily tailoring, hairdressing, and like, no. There are different professions that you can,
That is
that
still
is like use your
education.
hand
Thank
to
you,
do
Jesus
something. It's
Beauty.
not, it
It is
must
still
not be you
education.
going to write and pass your exams. No, it's not you going to write and pass your exams. I'm talking about you having something to do with your hands, you having that talent, bringing out that talent which is in you, not by reading and writing and passing exams. That's my point. That's the education I'm talking about. Read to pass your exams. Because there are so many of us that went to the university. I, for one, went to the university. You just went to the university because you studied a course just because that was the only available course for you to study, not because you actually love what you were studying.
Okay, now.
So
Okay, now.
for you to go and
Okay,
waste that
now.
money in that
We should not just talk only
tertiary
about
education to go and study
you.
what is not in your blood, it's better to go to something professional to activate that talent in you, not by going to the university to say, okay, I also have my first degree. No, that's a scam. That's what
Okay,
I'm calling a
okay. So
scam.
in the university, they don't encourage you to, like, encourage you in your talent, because where you already know there are certain level in life, you already know where you belong. You already know where you
Actually,
belong. And
yeah.
some of us, we make mistakes. There is this thing after advanced level. That is where people make a lot of
Your
mistakes.
lifestyle.
A lot.
Yeah, after advanced level, if you're not careful enough, the steps you're going to take, you just go away. You just go away.
True.
There are people that already understand after advanced level, I want to be this, I want to be that. But you cannot tell me you as an advanced level somebody, you are an illiterate. You are not an illiterate. You are not an illiterate
Actually,
because you are informed.
after
You are
advanced level,
informed.
what do you know? What did you learn? You learn how to read and
No,
write. That is my point. That's the most important thing. So if you want to go to the university, why I say this tertiary education is frustrating. You want to go to UB to study journalism. Let me take example, journalism. Okay, they say if you want to study journalism in UB, you have to have 10 points. You have 8 points, they will not accept you in UB. That will make you to force what to forcefully change what you want to study and study something else. You study something else because you want to belong, you want to be in UB, not because you love what you are studying.
that is
If
why
they
you are
would have
making
given
the mistakes. The mistake is
that's
not
it.
coming from the society. The mistake is
It's
coming
coming
from
from the
you because you
government because
want
you
to
don't have to
belong.
impose that you
You
have
are
this.
carried away. You're carried away. You forget
The
what you
mistake is
want.
coming from the government. You don't have to limit us. You just want us to pay because it's normal that some people have 2 points. They still study the journalism in UB because they have that money to choco. If you have the money to
Okay,
choco, you will still choco and
let
enter.
me ask you something. The
Exactly,
government have
Lady
the
V.
right to have a qualification for you to study a particular trade. Okay, let me ask you. You not tell me you did not you not do mathematics, you not do physics, chemistry, biology, and uh, 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 have I said all? Yes, biochem, math, physics. Okay, now you want to go and study medicine. On which ground you want to go and study medicine? How
So
come do you want to
that's
study
why
medicine?
you cannot do arts in high school and you say you want to go and study medicine in the university. You yourself know it's not
Exactly,
possible.
Fab Chap, you're
It
making
My
it
happens,
problem
so
is
clear.
the
Lady
Thank
V.
you,
point.
David, for joining.
What's that? It happens. I have classmates who did art. They are now nurses in
They
Kumba.
studied in the we are talking about the university milieu. They studied in the university.
Of course,
You study
they
in the
study art.
university.
They go to the university
All
and do
courses are
science
found in
and
the
do nursing.
university.
Like,
All courses are found in the university. But the only problem now we have is in the professional school, it is intense. Like the study is it is that's why the school fees are different. The school fees are different. Now the government comes in because they want to make it in such a way that those people that don't have that money to send their children to professional schools, they can find their way in the university and study. They cannot be left behind because their parents are not having money to send them to the professional school. So that is where the difference is. And now those people in the professional school, they make the study intense because why? They themselves, they are doing business. They have to make it to be intensified because they want people to come to their site, and
And
the
the
school fees
government
has
will
to be
reject
high.
somebody that have higher points and accept the person that had lower points because they gave something, they gave choco to enter. That's the thing. Because somebody will have 6 points because they need 8 points, and somebody that has 2 points, the
Now
person will give choco and will
you
enter.
guys are diverting the topic. You are talking about the system of the government. You are not talking about education being important. Because if you want to talk about the government, the government system is going to like crumble the topic. It's going to like
So me,
grab it and
that's what I
change
mean.
it in a different way. We are
It's
talking if
because me I'm
everything
saying
being
education.
equal.
It's
Ashanti.
because me I'm saying education in Cameroon is scam, and I'm attacking the government. I'm attacking the government for the
First
education
of
to
all,
be a
the
scam.
educational system in Cameroon is very poor, and this is because of,
I
let me
don't
still
want you
say, the
attack.
lack of education. Parents are still reluctant to send children to school.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Parents are still reluctant to send children to school. And there was one time I had a debate that if you go to school and come out and die without you having a job and you die poor, are you going to blame the government? Are you going to blame the government? I said, no. If you die as a poor, wretched somebody, it means you are a fool. If you went to school and you didn't make it in life and you are well educated, then you are a fool. Because you are supposed to be informed in such a way that you know how to grab money from every angles in the society. You are well informed. You are well educated. You're well educated.
That's why now we came with the point of having a handwork.
You know business
handwork
you
is
can
very
handle
important.
for you
Talent is
to
very
have money.
important.
It doesn't necessarily, you cannot go and study. Okay, there is this now this thing they say they get study like this. Some people will study veterinary. You understand? You go and study veterinary. You know you're going to school. Your main purpose is for you to have a job. You are doing an investment. Don't forget that. Education is an investment. You are going there for a purpose. After your advanced level, you have to be thinking. You have to be a critical thinker.
It's not that you are talking like this now, Rosa. When you just have the
if you want to
advanced level,
in the
it's not having
society,
knowledge.
if you want to achieve in the government that you find yourself, you have to look into the society, look into the government. And when you say you want to do what you like, you want to become a lawyer when you don't even have all the necessary things for you to own a chamber, then I don't think you know where you're going, because you don't know how many people are going to call you to come and
work hard and stop
defend them
making
in a
excuses.
certain case. But there you're a lawyer, you stay there, hello pop, nobody will hire you as a lawyer. Then you are satisfied that you study law. You're satisfied. And you being satisfied that you study law, you have to engage yourself in other businesses and make your money. Since you wanted to satisfy your urge, you wanted to satisfy your deeper mind,
so
that you want to
do you
study
not
law.
agree with
So
us
what about
that
the school people don't pay?
To be educated, actually, we need professionalism, especially in Cameroon. Not general knowledge.
It is all the same. It is all the same.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
You cannot become.
General knowledge is different from being skilled. It's different. I can go to school. I have just the general knowledge of everything. For example, in Cameroon now, a child in Form 1 to Form 5 can write around 11 subjects in the advanced level. That's like giving too much of general things to the child. Meanwhile, if we are based on one thing, for example, if a child, you know that a child is growing up and she's like, she likes doing touching nice things, or she will always say stop, cut. So like these Europeans always do, you will know that okay, this child is based to become a lawyer. You train now the child in a way that she will grow up and become a lawyer, and stop giving that child.
You make the child to be focused. You make the child to be focused, not you making the child to study all nonsense. Learn how to draw cockroach. Learn how to draw grasshopper. Maybe that child does not have
idea that cockroach for. Meanwhile, her dream is like from childhood, the mother was saying that to become a lawyer.
Those are the base. Those are the base, because there are professions that will need you to know all those stages. Egg, larva, pupa, adult. Those things are necessary. Why? Because
that child does not have the mind to go and study anything science inclined, but they are forced to study everything in school.
Everything you did from primary to secondary advanced level, it is needed in the higher level. it is needed. That is why it is
That's
implemented in the
what
primary
we are
level.
trying to say is that all those things that we're studying is just to confuse our brains. If you see a child that the child wants to become
Rosa,
a
you said it's
doctor,
needed in
make
the
them try
advanced
to be
level.
focused on
Okay,
science,
now
on things that
imagine
are
if a
related to
child, as I
doctor,
was
not
saying,
making the child to study what is related to law, what is related like study like 8 subjects for one day. That's how we're studying 8 subjects for one day. One child will be studying like 30 subjects in school. Meanwhile, that child wants to just be one thing in life, and the other things they are not really that necessary, but the child will be forced to study everything because that is how our educational system is.
Okay, wait. You cannot say the idea of to base your mind in what you want to do is absent. It's not absent. It's not absent. The thing is, general education ends at the level of Form 5. And even in Form 5, you have the right to choose. There are people that wrote just 8 subjects in Form 5 and they passed their 8 subjects. So
That is
people want to
in
do
that Form 5, that is where they start
biology,
frustrating us.
chemistry. What are you doing? You don't know what you want. You yourself don't know what you want. You are in school, but you don't know what you want.
It's not like you are in school, you don't know what you want. Maybe that thing, the subjects that you are doing,
Exactly.
okay, maybe after that, in advanced, in a ordinary level, you register that a subject. You said, okay, I'm going to do banking and finance in the university. And unfortunately for you, you don't pass economics because of one small mistake that you do. And you want to go to a higher institute, they will tell you cannot do economics in high school because you did not pass
how come
in
you want to
Form
do
5.
banking and finance without you passing economic? You means you don't even know what you're going to do there, because if that subject is your profession,
That's why I'm saying they should give that room.
Is the subject that you
it's
are
not a matter of
excelling in.
having good grades. It's not a matter of having good grades. If you want to talk about good grades, it will bring me back to where we are saying. So people have to go to school. They have to go to do what they are not supposed to do because they're choco. If I do a mistake, like normally there are some schools that they'll allow you to do lower seat, and maybe you do the thing you want to do and write back the subject that you're supposed to. Yeah, but there's some schools they deny, like the blatantly deny you to do what, maybe because of one mistake that you did. Maybe you're supposed to go and repeat Form 5, or you do what you are not supposed to do just because you want to be in high school. When Rosa, the knowledge you have now, you do not have that same knowledge when you were in high school. So it is that is where the point of the teachers comes in to guide us, to mold us. It's
You
not
don't
to
need to
force
blame
us
the
to do what
society.
they
You
want.
need to blame yourself, because you, at that moment, you wanted to belong. You wanted to belong. I have my elder sister that went to the university without anybody to direct her on what to do, without anybody drilling her, telling her this one is this one is this. And she went to the university, went for further studies on that trade, and yet she cannot have a job in Cameroon. She can only be employed.
Yeah, that is where, that's what I'm saying. After at ordinary level, that is where some let me say advanced level, that is where frustration begins. Frustration starts because number one, maybe you go and study what you are not meant to study. Then you want to go to the university, to enter into the university and study what you want to study again is another problem. So it's just so sickening. I don't think I have a talk.
Love and keep the word. Okay, you said, I get your point there. Chap, I get your point there. But our problem is our system of education. Look, in China, they drill their kids on what the child is good at, and not on certain number
based
of
on
points.
What the child is good at, and not a certain number of points.
If they want to train
exactly,
you,
that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
If they want to train
there's
you,
too much of general knowledge.
If they want to train
that
you
system
as a medical doctor, they want to train you as a medical doctor. Even in the Western world, you have to pass your biology. Agree or not, you have to pass your biology. If you don't pass biology, how do you want to study? How do you want to study medicine? You don't have a chemistry. You don't have physics. You don't have mathematics. You want to become a doctor without all the subjects? It is impossible. There are things you have
It's
to learn
impossible.
there
Now,
for you
what
to qualify to the
if
next
you
stage.
have those subjects and you have history inside, you have geography inside? What is the use now of that history and geography inside?
They didn't force you to study geography. They didn't force you. Geography is needed as a science subject. Geography is science. Geography is a social science subject, so you have to involve it there. Chemistry is a science subject. Biology is a science subject. Mathematics, physics, chemistry, further math. You have to involve all those things. They are science subjects. So there is no way you want to become a doctor without you passing this subject, or at least 3 of this subject to show that you are studying.
Okay, Esapa Georgina asks a question here that so should the government change the educational system? Exactly, yes. They should try so that our educational system should be based on skilled learning. Professionalism.
They should base more on professionalism, because there are people and teachers, they also have to help their parents. They have to help their parents to know where your child is good at.
No,
where your child
not
is
teachers. I think it's
there are
parents,
children,
because parents are with their kids at least 24 hours in a day when they were small. Then if they start school, I think the period that they are in school is around 6 to 8 or highest 10 hours. The rest of the hours they pass it with their kids at home. So I think a good parent should be able to know the characters of their kids at home. For example, if I have a daughter, like now I have a daughter, and she goes up, she's always like using, mommy buy me a syringe, mommy, she will see anything concerning medicine at home, she will always want that kind of toy. I will know that, okay, my daughter is going to become a doctor. Now let's try to see how we are going to push her forward to realize what she wants to be in future.
Level, now the highest level that you made me say it frustrate.
Is the highest level. So for me, I think that it should start from the base, not above, not up. If your foundation is not well built, definitely you are going to crush.
Exactly.
You cannot build a house on a sand. So in Cameroon, we have professionalism just after advanced level. But if we could bring it downwards, primary school level even, we are going to see that a lot is going to change in Africa. So I think we should be more based on professionalism.
Only on the
if
primary.
Not, school is a scam.
They cannot start from the primary because the primary is the base. The primary is the base. You will not expect a child to be lost so much in, like, let me say, in history, in certain things that it's even going to confuse the child. Like, I wasn't absent from history from the base, but at this point, if you want to ask me even my own Cameroon history, I am a mumu. I don't know anything. Exactly. I don't know anything in history. I cannot talk about my Cameroon history. It is absent in me.
Because it's not your field. It's not your field.
That's because it's not your field, actually.
They should ask if
you have your
somebody history.
You didn't base your
go to somebody which is the field of the person.
That's why you are.
I cannot like.
You are flexible on the field that you study. You are more
about geography. What do you expect me to say?
It should be
so they should allow the kids to do what they desire.
It should be based on that, and I think that can start from advanced level. It can start from advanced level because even when you pass the ordinary level, they give you the chance to choose your subject. They give you that chance to choose subject. Not everybody will want to go and be writing 11 paper. If some people have the opportunity to write 15 paper, they'll write 15 paper because they are confused. They don't know what actually they want. Exactly. They don't know what actually they want. So they'll go and be mixing subject like literature, history,
Yeah, there are some
chemistry.
people that are doing that are doing arts and science in Form 5 because
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
they
I
don't
did
really
that
so
know
it's
where to
that
focus.
actually
confusing.
also.
It's confusing.
I did 10. I wrote all the 10
So
and I
I
had all the
think
10.
from your advanced level, from ordinary level, you going to lower seat, you have to already have figure out what you want in mind. You already have a clue of what you want to be in future. So you're going in lower seat. Do I want to be a journalist? I'm going to do English, French, and literature with history. So you're going to do that. You know your subject, you know what you want to be. You stick on it. Now, what we are saying now is, because we don't need to divert the topic, some people will choose what they want, they'll do what they want, and they go out and come back without a job. Without a job. Now you have satisfied yourself, you have satisfied your urge as you wanting to be a journalist, but there are no stations. There are no stations for you to work.
So what's the need of being educated
Now you
Ask
if
me
ask
there's
again.
nowhere to
yourself,
We
work?
still come
before
back to
I
the
go
same
in,
point
We still
that
come on that
education is a
same point.
scam.
What's the need of being educated if
am
there's
I
no
sure
job?
I'm going to have a job? Ask
Anywhere
yourself.
you are, be your own boss. It's better to be your own boss. So education is scam.
So I said education is not a scam, because if you are educated and you don't have a job, you are not employed, you scam yourself. You went to school and school didn't pass through you.
That
You
is why
scam
education is
yourself.
scam. You cannot be paying school fees for nothing. You can't be paying school fees
You
for
scam
nothing.
yourself
You will
because
be
you didn't know what to study, because you were investing in wrong investment. You spend your money
no.
on wrong investment. You can't go to the market
Yes,
and
education
they are
was a wrong
selling.
investment that I spent my money on. That was a wrong
You
investment,
can't,
education.
okay, nursing is selling, and you are in Form 3. You don't want to put your interest in biology. That you need to know what is selling. If education, you want to go to school and come out with a profession that is going to send you out into the market very fast. That is selling.
Everybody is going to school to come out and work. So
How
there's no
many
need why.
times people are having court case in Cameroon? Think about it before becoming a lawyer. How many
So
times
what is the
people
use
are
now of
having
the
a court
subject in
case?
your
Some
educational
people,
system?
some people they'll have court case, they'll have
If
court
you will
case,
still go
only
and you
money
don't
to
have a
hire
job,
lawyer. They'll just say, my brother, maybe that will fix it to me pass. Go fix and may
so for
pass.
me, in
When not
conclusion,
say you have to
as
So
hire lawyer,
Osakwa
education and
Georgina
education and
scam.
said,
When
hire
I say
lawyer.
the
You
person,
on my
spend
own,
the
what the
money,
or
person
the
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 government
person
government
are
should
is not
doing
change
going
is
their
to come
studying
and
law,
hire
educational
you
you.
are
system,
used to do
period.
something more important in their life. Maybe you are used to invest in one business, but you use it in paying school fees that you want to study law and come out without having any case. So it's still the same thing. It's a scam. He was being scammed by the government. Pay school fee, pay, you pay everything, pay
The
for enter,
government
pay
did
for
not
do this,
scam
pay.
you. The government didn't
No,
force you in any trade, in any field.
the,
The government did not scam
the,
you. And I asked, when sometimes
the government
I used to
the
get
government
angry
encouraged
when
the
people put
government
their
encouraged me
poverty
to go.
on
If
the
you don't
government,
study this
because
thing, you
the
cannot be a
government
good
also
lawyer.
is
And I will
somebody.
sacrifice
The
everything
government
to
is
become that
somebody.
good
We
lawyer, and
have
I will
things
come
that
out
we're supposed to be
without having
asking the
any
government.
case.
Yes,
So it's
we
a
have
scam.
things that we're supposed to be asking the government, but you not expect the government to employ all the lawyers that graduated from the University of Boya, in 2001 up to 2020. It is impossible. So why do you
If they
want
don't,
them to employ
if
those
there is not,
lawyers?
if they don't have the jobs out there, why do they accept the number of people to come and study the law? So what's the need? It's a
They
scam.
accept the number of people to study law because you want to study law. If they refuse you
Yeah,
not
I
to
want to
study law,
study
you
law.
go out
If
and
you know you
riot. That
cannot
the
offer me
government
a
is a
job, don't
bad
encourage
government.
me to
They
do
cannot
it.
allow you to study what you want to study.
No, there are some people that even study the law not because they like it, it's because they were forced to do it. Like most
By
people that
who?
are in the University of
And there
Swat,
are some people
most people
who
that are in the
even
University
like
of Swat
just
because
go there because
they
their
did not
parents
accept
have
them in under
somebody
university.
up,
That's why
up.
they decided to go and file up there.
Somebody Jojana asked me, if you ask me, what I'm going to ask you. Oh
That's
my
good.
goodness.
Okay, Papa
I
Dejan
have
asked
my
a very
colleague
vital
when I was
question.
doing secretary
There are
law.
no
I have
chambers,
so
but
many
there are
colleagues that
lawyers out
they
there.
were
Why?
working
That's
in
the position
chambers.
of the
And
government to
that is when they
open
will come for
chambers.
me to type this this man don't buy farm, the one don't buy farm, the one come in small agreement. That is where they have money. That is where they have small change. Now, if those people they are not there, some people they didn't even buy farm, they did buy land, no agreement. We just make our paper. I, Mr. This, that. All the four neighbor they sign. Kalas. No chambers, anything. So I don't understand. Now, what the reason I'm making this video and the point I want to bring out clear, parents need to know, and students, you need to have your eyes in the society before choosing a profession. Since you're going to school is an investment, you need to send your eyes outside in the society. Know what is selling in the market, because you're doing a business. Know what is selling in the market. Now you say no, you want to do what you like. You want to do what is in your mind. You want to do what you think it will be satisfactory to your soul. When you do what is satisfactory to your soul, accept the outcome in the government and the society you find yourself. Accept the outcome. Okay, now if you want to do good business, look into the society. What is selling in the market? If you graduate 1,000, 1 million, or you will get a job. What is selling in the market? Choose those things. You want to go to school, it's a business that you're doing. It's an investment. Choose those things.
But
Stop
our
scamming
educational
yourself. That
system needs
education
serious
is a scam.
orientation,
Education is
just
just a
as
scam.
Tabot said.
Choose those things that are selling in the society as professions, as business, as film, and study.
For me, from now till tomorrow, education is a scam because there's no how I will pay school fees from primary school right up to the university, and I come out maybe as a lawyer and I don't have where to practice my law. So education is a scam. I will be paid school fees and come out jobless.
Open your chambers and be going to the court every day. Sit there and wait for.
How will I have back the school fees I invested? I cannot plan to go harvesting.
Everybody that did law to go and defend somebody in a case. It's impossible. It's impossible.
So what's the need of doing
you
the
went
law?
and study the law. The government is forced you to study law.
No. The government gave an option that there is law. If there is law, there should be somewhere for me to practice the law. There is an option that there is law in this. There is a field called law in school. If there is a field, that means I should have somewhere to practice it. It's not like I should
there is
come
law
and
because it's a field in the university. It is needed in the society.
That's why there should be somewhere to practice. Since it is a course in the university, there should be somewhere to practice
it. How come you're saying there's no way to practice it?
Yeah, there's no way to practice because I will graduate as a law student.
If you don't have anybody to hire you, how is that the fault of the government? It's not the fault of the government. You study your law.
Saying that law is a private institution or what?
How many cases away you go defend?
Rosa, it's whose fault now? It's whose fault?
Now government will call my sister.
At times we do things because of lack of
finance.
Okay,
guys, please let's conclude.
That is the problem.
Please,
we don't in career. We don't tumbu so you take your career and be making tumbu with it. You are making tumbu on the career. Tumbu
That's why we say
lawyer bankerness,
our
lawyer
educational
bankerness,
system
before until lawyer.
needs serious orientation.
You just like you want to
I'm telling
rap
you,
anyhow.
my
You
sister,
just
Papa, they
you don't
Ghana
go,
to
you don't
pass the
graduate,
bar
you don't wear that rock.
is wahala too. In fact, these people are just scamming us. We have been we have been
You are
scammed by the
scamming
Cameroon
yourself.
government in the name of
You
going to
scam
school.
yourself in a
No,
profession,
the
in
government
a
scammed
field
us. They gave an
that is
option, so
not
there should be an arena for me
regarded
to
in the
practice.
society.
They gave me that field as an option to study. So there's no way that they'll give this thing. This thing is an option. It's a course in the university. I went in because it is a course. If I come out, I should have something to do with that thing. If you cannot provide job for that thing, then don't make it a course in school. Don't make it a course.
Okay,
That's
now
where
let
the
me
scam
ask
comes
you:
in.
Do you believe that there are pharmacies that refuse to work in the hospital because they have their private pharmacies and they are earning more than like how the government will have paying them?
That one now is a personal decision. It's because they saw that the government have failed. Maybe if
Not
they
that
open
the
their own
government have
pharmacy,
paid. You don't expect
yeah, the government failed. Because if they open their own personal pharmacy, they will see more than what the government is offering them.
because
So
you
the
can
government
earn
failed them.
more than how you can work in the government doesn't mean the government have paid. If the government is
Government
paying you 500,000, do you expect all the pharmacies that the government wants to employ for the government to be paid? Where are they going to take the money? If you alone,
That's why
you
it
want
depends on your
that amount of
qualification.
salary, and then you want the government to employ everybody,
If I'm
it is
qualified
going
to
to be
earn
impossible.
500,000, another person is qualified to also earn 500,000. They should pay both of us the 500,000 rather than paying this one a different salary and paying this one a different salary. So the government failed them. That's why they decided to do their own. That's why there are some people that went to school and they are learned, and there are some people that went to school and they are educated illiterates. So all these things
You
like
don't
this is
expect that. And
politics.
there are still some people that are working in the hospital and are earning salary and are still self-employed. Some of us are just lazy. Some of us in Africa, we are not creative, we are lazy, and we just want everything to be chewed and given to us to swallow.
If government give us arena to study, please they should give us where to work. That's the most important thing. If I finish study, give me work now. Not be say when I study, you give me work. I saw one thing on Facebook that before education was a key to success. But when I finally got myself educated, I discovered that people have changed the law.
It's
The
not a
law
key
has
to
been changed.
success.
You cannot erase
Education is not a key to
law.
success.
You cannot erase law in the university because there are people that are employed. There are people that come out and have their personal chambers and they are doing very well in it. They are doing very well. They are well known. I have my boss. He was well known. He was well known.
Education
So
in Cameroon is for the rich. The poor are just wasting their money.
the thing is, the poor people, they are afraid. They're afraid to spend money. And the rich people, they
Na
keep
lie.
spending money. They keep
How can you
spending
be poor
money
and
to
you're
have
afraid to
more.
spend money?
They
The
keep
money is not
bearing
there
the
in the
risk.
first place.
The
Talk less
poor
of being
are
afraid
afraid
to
to bear
spend it.
the risk. They're afraid to bear
The
the
money is
risk.
not there in the first place. Talk less of you being afraid to spend it. Because you want to go and enter one professional school. They'll tell you to bring 2 million. They always some poor parents will bring 2 million. Maybe they'll go and sell farm or give it for balance and take. If they sell farm now for you to enter that school, what are they going to be eating? So it's not like they're afraid to spend money. The
It
money
is
is
not
not there in
only
the
in
first place.
Cameroon that education is expensive. If I want to tell you how much to study medicine in this country, how much it costs, then you're going to say Cameroon is doing well when it comes to fees. You're going to say Cameroon is doing
It
absolutely
depends on
well.
their standard of living. You cannot compare CFA with people are using but dinner for
Binang.
dinner. Yes, your currency
And
is
again, Lady
very, very
B,
valuable. The highest
imagine
currency in the world. Want to
if they are
compare with
working there as a
CFA?
doctor after schooling, do you know how much their salary will be compared to that of Cameroon?
Plenty money.
So
you
we
cannot
shouldn't
compare
compare
the
such
currency
things.
there with the one in
Africa is
Cameroon.
Africa. We are still backwards.
I want to ask, have you seen a medical doctor in Cameroon that if you don't refuse work or salary, that is not employed? I want to ask.
That have we seen?
Have you seen that? Have you seen a medical doctor in Africa or in Cameroon that if you have not refused salary in one way or the other and you're not employed?
No.
I don't know about their salary.
It's impossible. So some of us are not employed because we keep on refusing salary. We keep on refusing salary. We don't want to be creative.
But if I see that I can do something for myself and earn more money than the one that I will receive as salary, why would I not go and do something that can work for myself and receive money rather than working for somebody and receive small something? If you don't have anything to do and you refuse salary, that one is stupidity. That one is different. But if I refuse the salary, that means I have something that I can do to earn more money than the one that they are going to pay me, rather than me refusing the salary and go and sit at home without doing anything.
So you cannot say that it's a failure, it's a scam.
No, it's a scam. It's not everybody. It's not everybody that was. It's not everybody that was offered the job and they refused.
The base and the key to success.
It's not everybody that refused that base salary. So it's just few people out of millions. It's like 10.
At one time, when I was fighting advanced level, so mommy be the always can I said mommy to the one I miss said the advanced level the day say will worry my head. Do man you can't do it for school. If you see that woman where it is struggle for can't get advanced level, it is struggle for can't get advanced level, you feel know where it mean by if you not complete your education, how if you give
if the rest is always you don't know if the rest took him for some place. If the rest took him for some place,
there are times in life you have so many regrets. You have so many regrets because you go and meet an opportunity and they ask you, maybe you have just advanced level, and they say they need people with bachelor's degree or they need people with HND, and you start being like, hey. So now
and they'll need people with HND. They will ask for 5 years experience. If you don't have the skills, how are you going to have the 5 years experience?
No, the thing is, if you don't have experience, that is why when you study professionally, they send you for internship. You go for internship. It is very difficult for, like, you ask a nurse how many years experience, because they know you have gone for internship, and you have the experience. And then you then study
how long do you go for internship? 2 months, 3 months. But they will ask 2 years experience.
You refuse to do voluntary work because you don't want to waste your time. You want sharp. You want sharp. You don't want to go to somewhere that they can recommend you, that they can say, yes, you have been working with them. You spend some. No, we refuse to do voluntary work.
If you want to do voluntary work, they should pay you now.
They should compensate you, not giving payment, because if you are working voluntarily, it means you just giving yourself. What they can give you is to compensate you, not like they are paying you anything.
Salaries are not encouraging in Cameroon at all. So it's better to go in for professional education so that you can be self-employed. It bounces back to what I said, that just that in Cameroon, some people are not aware they can own a bank. They can own a mini cooperative. That you yourself, you can employ people. You can study banking. You can study management. You understand? You can study management. After that, the problem is, do you have the capital? Do you have that capital? Because if you have a capital, you need your documents for the government to recognize you and give you the go ahead. And then a bank is not like you can just own a small room, divide it into 4 and employ people. They can. You have employed yourself as a manager. You are the manager of that bank. And now you can start helping people to keep their money. This is where you see those people that are brilliant, they have sense. You start see they start having account. They have a branch in Douala. They have a branch in Yaoundé. They have a branch in Eboloa. They have a branch in Kribi. Just that little idea that they have at that moment. You own a small enterprise. You own a small enterprise. And then you're good to
After I
go.
don't finish pay school fees. Last school na scam. After I don't finish pay all school fees, you can struggle for raise capital for own your own,
because we don't want to be creative.
After going to school, all that schooling that you went, that school that you went to, you still struggle to raise a capital to own everything,
It's
own
to
your own, own
acquire
your
the
own.
knowledge
So
on how
last
you're
class,
going
what
to
was
do
the
it.
need of paying the fees?
If you don't have that knowledge, how do you know you can employ a secretary? What are the work of the secretaries that you're going to employ? You will
Thank God
not
it did
know.
not say I
You
will be the
cannot just
secretary, I will employ a
come
secretary.
from the
In most
quarter and
organizations
you
in
want to
Cameroon
start
today,
dealing
the
with
people that are
people's
even
money.
bosses, they do not even have that degree that the people they employ have. Most of the people that employ people, illiterates in Cameroon now employ educated people.
So
I will hire somebody
the
that
thing
has the
is,
knowledge.
guys.
education
This was really an
is the
interesting
key.
topic.
Education is the
And
key and will always
we did
remain the
such
key.
topic in our community
Because
to
But
be
don't
without
talking
change law
about.
for
education,
Rosanna the free herself.
So Ozake and Beauty
without
TV, thank you very much.
without education, some people, they even go as far as getting married very early. Some ladies, they get married very early, like, let me just say, back in the days of our parents, because they were not encouraged to go to school. And that is why we keep having this
some
setback
ladies
and
now, because
backward.
of too much education, they don't get married at all. I man no go leave them. No, I not be my level. I get sense pass you and I the bride bring motor. Because of that, they'll not even get married at all.
No, if it's just the society we found ourselves, because you see a
And do you
lady
know that this
or a
education of
guy
stuff has made some
that doesn't
ladies to
even
be
know how to take
not to
care
be
of their own
submissive?
self,
Yeah,
will be
very
sent to marriage.
Just
disrespectful.
because they think they are the boss. They are
I get sense
educated.
pass you for all my
So
education.
education has
Pass
actually
answer
brought a
yes,
lot
sir.
of disadvantages.
I'm not getting you guys all.
I'm saying that education has brought a lot of disadvantages, especially to the women. They think since they are educated enough, they are no longer
They
submissive in
cannot
their
submit.
homes. So for me, I think this education of a thing is not necessary. Yeah, if you can see our forefathers back then, their wives were very submissive. Everything
If you
was
don't
going
finish know how to
smoothly.
read and
But
write, you correct.
nowadays, if you say one, your wife will say 10
They were not
because she thinks she's
submissive, they were
educated.
ignorant. They were not
It's
submissive. You
not,
cannot
there's
call
nothing like
ignorance
ignorance.
as submissive.
That
There are some
that
people
their time
that will
they were
stay in the
submissive. That's
marriage,
why
they'll
marriages
stay
were
in
working that
abusive
time.
marriage, not because
Now there is a
they
very
were
high rate of
submissive,
divorce
but
because they
because they
cannot
were
submit.
ignorant. Because
It's
back
not
in the days,
ignorance.
our forefathers taught us, or they teach us, that when your wife did something that is wrong, you beating your wife is very normal. You beating your wife is very normal. But now, education has made us to know that you beating your wife is not a normal thing. It's not normal. Because deep
It's
inside your
because
wife's
of that
heart,
too much
she
I
is
know now
dying.
that's making most women to reach menopause without getting married. Too much I know. I cannot do this. No, you can never tell me that. You don't talk to me. Don't shout at me. You don't do this. You don't. It's making so many women to end up without getting married.
It's because women have stood up to take your right. Women have
They are
stood up
right.
to take their right. Because
They
there
are
are
not
men
submissive. Is that they
that
are
use
right?
women as their toilet tissues. Yes, there are men that use women as
They
their
have
toilet
gone
tissue.
to
Because I paid your bride price, they become their slaves in the house. All you need to do is to give them food, sex, and children. That is your own job in the house. And they forget to know that you also have a say in the society. They kill the talent. They kill talent of so many women. So many potential women have lost their value in the society because they get married without being educated. When you get married, when you're already educated, you know what you're going in for.
the fact that you are educated, the fact that you are educated does not mean you have to be challenging your husband in the house. That is not
You cannot
the reason for education. The
you
education does not
cannot
stop you
compare
from being
a woman
submissive.
with a bad
Yes,
character with a
you can defend yourself if you know you are wrong somewhere. You have to admit that you are wrong in this particular thing. If you know you are not wrong, you will not allow the man to intimidate you on
no, it's
something
some
that you
men
are
who
not wrong.
instead
But
feel
there
that
are
they
some
cannot
women that whether
confront
you
an
are wrong or you are not wrong,
educated
they still stand,
lady
they still beat their
due to
chest.
their
Don't talk to me
inferiority.
anyhow,
Thank you,
but let me
Ashanti
fight you.
Nikitiri. Thank you so much. The men are feeling inferior. Not that the ladies they don't want to get married. Men are feeling inferior to approach an educated lady. That is just a simple
To
truth.
approach an educated lady, what
They
of the
feel
ones that are getting married
intimidated.
and getting divorced?
Okay, guys.
Some men,
So,
sometimes you even
what's
have
the
a man.
conclusion
You
now
have a
of this
man and
topic? Is education actually a scam or not? Rosake, please conclude. Tomorrow I have to go to school.
okay, we are already
It's
one
already
hour,
late.
40 minutes into the live. I didn't even know that's how long.
Yeah. So
Okay, so what I will conclude
I
on
think
is
we have
that
to be bringing such topics all the time to be able like to
yes,
educate most of our
yeah.
brothers and
So
sisters.
I'm going to come out with another topic that we are going to discuss on that maybe next week Monday, and we are going to be talking maybe about single mothers, how we can reduce the rate of single mothers in the society. That is also another sensitive topic, and we are going to be having another person with us. We are going to be having
Okay.
another one member with us. So from time to time, we need to bring topics like this to discuss on. Irrespective of how many people are watching us, we are exchanging ideas and we are talking to ourselves. We learn within ourselves. So
Yeah.
education is very important and is the base, the key to success. Another thing is in our
Exactly.
African
No,
society,
not the key to
we
success. It's
Opana
important.
says
It's
law.
important. Full stop. Full stop. It's important. Full
it is
stop.
important and
Not
it is
the
the
key to
key.
success.
No, it's
Because
not
there
the
are
key
so
to
many people who are
success.
successful in life, but
Education
they
is
are not
important, but it's
educated.
not the key to success.
So, guys, thank you very much for watching this first part.
Education is the key to success. When
No.
parents, when as a student, you after advanced level is the most frustrating stage. That the little or the least mistake you make can be frustrating for life. That is where you choose if you are becoming successful or not. That is where you choose where your career is leading you to. You need to know. You cannot be mixing up yourself. If you're taking education as a business and a must for you to be end up having a job, then you need to look into the society, those jobs that are selling, and know where you can grab the opportunity so that you won't come out and be pointing your 10 fingers to the government. The government have the right to provide institution and professional facilities so that children and students they can involve themselves more in professionalism rather than just general education. And also, parents should know what their children actually want. They should know exactly the type of things they encourage their children to do. There are parents that are educated, but they force their children, especially teachers' parents, they force their children to become what they don't want to be. They force their children to start writing books. You don't know how many people will buy those books, and the books are there. You don't know. You keep it there for years, and you say life is frustrating you being educated. If you are educating yourself as a business, then you need to know the business strategy in order for you to succeed. So I think, thank you, Ashanti. I don't know what you are done on. So I think what is making us grandas for Japan, thank you so much for joining. So I think what is making us as an African society to think education is a scam is because we base our mind, or we pursue career or field that are not that important in our society. We choose trade that are not beneficial in our society, but we are carried away of the momentum or the caliber, or like lawyers are like this. I am a lawyer, you just want to pop, you want to be popped on like you are a lawyer. Take time. So you need to know what you want. You need to know what you want. If what you want is that selling in the market, is it selling in the market, or you want to be a church and bay lawyer? Business class, you are trying to conclude, you came late. It's already to 12. I said 8 p.m. Cameroon time. I said 8 p.m. And some people are already getting very tired when it's still just to 12, because as far as I know, I still have about 2 hours to get I have about 2 hours to get tired. Yeah, business class, you can just go and start from the beginning. You can just rewatch. So I don't know if it is because some people actually forgot or not, but we have been here since. So to me, that is just what is needed. So Lisa, can you say something?
Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching this first episode. And we promise you to come back with another video very soon. So, in conclusion, actually, we were for against education. But to conclude this video, we are going to tell you that education is very important. Do not mind what we say here, it's just for a debate. So, please, education is very important in life. This video was just a debate. Do not take what we said negatively, please. Take it in a positive way and teach your neighbors, your friends, your families that education is very important in life, because without education, you go nowhere. So thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Lydia TV Show. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Lydia TV Show. And again, I will use opportunity to advertise my business as a fashion girl. I deal with clothes, shoes, bags, and anything that you want suit. So please contact Lady Fashion Istanbul to get whatever thing that you want from Turkey. So thank you very much for watching. I love you guys back to back.
Yeah,
stay blessed.
It was really a great show. Yeah, Lady V, can we get something from you? Can you give us a word of conclusion as per what we have been discussing so far?
Okay. Thanks everybody that have been watching from the start to this point. I really do appreciate you guys for your contributions. I know we always disagree to agree. Even though we are against education, but on the real fact, on the real note, education is very vital, it's very important in the society, because without education, it's not like you cannot go anywhere. No, without education, you will not have some kind, there are some kind of opportunities that can pass you by if you are not educated. To me, I will still stand my ground on condemning the educational system of Cameroon. Educational system of Cameroon is bizarre, but it doesn't mean that education is not important. No, education is very, very important. If our educational system of Cameroon can be upgraded even a little, then it will be very, very important. It will be very, very
important. Thank you.
It will be very, very important for us, for the society to improve in everything. So without confusing us further, I will still conclude that education is it's not the key to success actually, but it is very, very important. And the most important thing is for you to discover who you are, set your inner mind, know what you can do best, because right, Auntie Nico, stop texting me. Know what you can do best, because even the Bible say creation is yearning for the manifestation of the sons of God. If you don't know what is inside of you, no matter how you are educated, you will still come out useless. So the most important thing is
Exactly.
for you to know your abilities. You set your inner mind, know what you can
I don't type na
know
title.
what you can do and how you can associate yourself to the society. And with a little touch of education, you are going to go higher heights. Thank you so much. This is all I have to contribute. Love you guys.
Okay, I don't understand what is going on. I don't know what is going on because all of us have been freeze. All of us have been freeze. I don't know what's going on with the life. We have been freeze
Actually, I think
together
it's your
without
connection,
title.
because here everybody is like, okay. I think it's
Yeah,
your own
all of
side.
us have been free. So, guys, except Susanna, I can't love you less because you have been there from the start to the end, and your contributions were so fantastic. I really appreciate you trying to encourage us in what we are doing. It is really, really, really awesome. So I appreciate you, business class. I appreciate you coming, and Ashanti Nikki TV. You guys nail it all for contributing to this wonderful show. We can't say we are not grateful. We are very grateful. So, guys, please, you can do us a favor by visiting Lady B TV show, Lady B TV blog, and also try to check her on her channel. She do friendship, relationship, and also she do lifestyle
Lifestyle.
and the rest. Yeah, you can take her and subscribe on her channel. She has amazing videos, and also Lisa TV show. She has a lot to offer. She always speak things in the social media
Jack
and
of
say her
all
own things
trades.
that will make you go gaga. And also, I am here, jack of all trades, master of, let me say, master
None.
of, like, I don't know, let me put a masters because you guys know where I am master
Masters
in.
of
So
Jack of
we do
all trades, master
natural
of
remedy,
none.
we do skincare, and we do health issues. That is my main purpose. And we also motivate, like what we are doing here. We inspired, and we also do personal blogs, because there are times I'm going to show you guys Tawa the poo, Tawa the chop, Tawa the do this one. So with time, you're going to be seeing all that. So I love you guys back to back. I can't love you less because you guys, if you are not there, we know that I'll be sitting here talking. So stay blessed and see you guys on our next show that we are going to be
Thank
coming
you. Don't
next
forget to
Monday.
subscribe to
Bye
Lady V
bye.
TV vlog, please.
Bye guys. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Lady V. You guys made the show an amazing
Bye.
one.